Could you please introduce yourself and tell us what Thansiv does?
Hi, my name is Deepak, of course. So I'm from Thansiv Technologies. So we are basically PCB turnkey solution providers with our own PCB manufacturing plant in Bangalore, and we have a trading office in Chennai, and we also have a sourcing office in China. So where we source electronic components, we have our own office in Shenzhen. We are there in Shenzhen from last around 18 years. So we have our own sourcing team. So basically we are PCB turnkey solution providers. We have our own design team. So right from design, development, then fabrication, testing, and then assembly. And we also, if required, some IoT integrations, and we supply it to the customer based on the project. Yeah.
What kind of PCBs do you develop? Is it just rigid? Is it flex? Is it a mix of rigid and flex?
So right now, in-house we only do rigid. So we have sources where we can develop rigid flex and flex PCBs based on customer requirement.
What is the market like for you in India, and how does it compare to the global market?
Right now, the market is actually picking up because of the electronics boom in India. A lot of AI stuff coming up, so you need a lot of electronics, of course, for every field. So everywhere you turn, it is electronics these days. And the recent boost in EV market is also a big advantage playing towards us. So we are also a big supplier for EV markets right now. So the future is good.
Do you have an MOQ for the number of products you
No, right now we don't work with any MOQs. We do from prototyping to mass volumes, bulk volumes. Even same case for PCBs and components, sourcing components. Since we have our own trading office in China, so we can source components even if it's less order or the 5 pieces, 10 pieces. We can get in our own shipments where we get shipments every alternate days. So we can get the material in those shipments. So MOQ is not a problem. Be it the PCBs or the components, MOQ is not a problem.
What makes your products different from the other providers in the market?
Okay. Product wise, of course, I can talk about quality, but I don't want to right now bring in quality because it is about the service that we provide. Since we are a turnkey service provider, we are a turnkey service provider in true sense because we have our own design and development. We have our own factories manufacturing our PCB in the name of Thansiv. We have our own assembly lines in the name of Thansiv. We have our own sourcing team, sourcing office in the name of Thansiv in China. So in a true sense, we are a turnkey service provider. You don't have to go to multiple people for multiple things. For PCB, you don't have to go to a separate person. Assembly, you don't have to go to a separate person. And for components, you don't have to go to a separate person. So everything comes under one roof. So we completely have an integrated supply chain. So from start to beginning, the service that we provide is the differentiator from other players in this industry.
You've been in this industry for a very long time. You mentioned 18 years. So why is it still so nascent in India? Because PCB, we can obviously talk about semiconductors, foundries we don't have. They require a big budget. But what about PCBs? What is the challenge?
The base for anything is of course copper here. If you see the manufacturing for PCB, you need raw copper clad laminates, which again there's no straightforward manufacturer in India. Again, it's been imported from other countries. And the chemicals and the inks that we see right now used for PCB is also being imported from China. So the price advantage over China, the price advantage that China has over us is because they have the raw materials at a cheaper price and their technology is a bit more forward than us. So probably the government is also right now working on it. They have put on anti-dumping duties very recently, last year in April. So you have 30% anti-dumping on all PCBs imported from China. So that's a good move. So possibly there is an upward graph. We have seen a lot of companies migrate from China to India. We have our own customers who have migrated from China to India. So I think that is where everything lies. Of course, the main differentiator here is the cost of raw materials. So that is where the Chinese beats us in price.
When you sell in bulk volumes in India, are you also selling to these new contract manufacturers that have come up?
Okay, so the mass manufacturers, we do supply in bulk. We have a lot of companies who started prototyping with us, maybe 5 pieces, 10 pieces, and they have converted into a big company. We are registered in a lot of incubation centers in colleges where you see students giving us just 2-piece order, 3-piece order for their projects. Started as a project, but they converted into a company and they've been running as a successful company. We have worked with colleges like SRM, Hindustan, Anna universities like that. So this is how we convert. I mean, from R&D to mass, and again, any mass in the sense there's no limit for that. You can order any number of quantity, so there is no limitation to that.
With the advent of the smartphone manufacturing, we've got Dixon manufacturing Google Pixel. Before that, it was Apple by Foxconn. So, how has that impacted your business? Have you seen any change?
Honestly speaking, that market is bit different than ours. That closely relates with consumer electronics. So we are not currently directly involved in any consumer electronics. Most of our products are B2B, or most of it is B2B. We are working with some consumer electronics, but those are home electronics. Maybe your mixies, your grinders, and kitchen appliances. The cell phone manufacturing itself is a different league on its own. It's a completely a separate industry, which we are not directly related.
Are you selling to these mass contract manufacturers?
For big EMS companies, yes, we
Yes.
are tied up with some of the EMS companies, but they are not
That's-
into mobile phone manufacturing.
Okay.
They are into different B2B manufacturers, which is maybe they are working on music systems, TVs, and stuff like that. So they are EMS which we are working with, and they buy PCBs from us. Yeah.
Automotive EV is a very mission critical application. And PCBs, we hear news about PCBs being burned because they couldn't handle the heating of the components. So, what makes your PCB special? What is the added protection layer?
Everything depends on the design, okay, and the manufacturing process. So you have everything on paper. If the design, the concept, and everything is perfect, on the testing and the amount of testing that it goes through, that is also something very, what do you say, it adds that factors of safety into it. There is no one reason for why a PCB fails. It is a very there are multiple reasons why a PCB fails. Maybe there is a component misplacement or some shorts happening. So I cannot say there's one reason. Again, what we do is we have our own testing facility. We do all the testing that is required for a PCB. We have BBTs, we have FPTs, we do cross-sectional analysis, we do PTH tests, warpage. So as a manufacturer, what I do is I ensure that whatever product that goes out of my factory is as per the specification required by the customer, and whatever specific certifications is required and whatever clauses under the certification is covered, we ensure that it is all being covered. If required, we also do sample testing on lot basis. We take some X number of samples from that lot, send it to a lab for testing, all the cross-functional tests, chemical analysis, warpage, everything gets tested, field test, everything gets tested and sent to the customer. So this way, on my behalf, I ensure that all our product that leaves our factory has enough testing and adherence to what customer requires.
What kind of infrastructure do you have in India?
We have our own PCB manufacturing. We have our own PCB assembly as well. So manufacturing right now in-house we are doing 2 layers. So this is the infrastructure that we have in Bangalore. Multi-layers right now we are not doing in-house.
Okay.
We are only doing two-layer boards in-house.
What is the demand that you're seeing for your products with the EV market? What kind of customers are you?
Mostly, I mean, you see, there is a lot of customers in Bangalore, between Krishnagiri and Bangalore. Right now I'm not able to say because of the NDAs that we have between the companies. But all I can say is we are working in some of the top EVs in the country. Some of the very top in the EVs in the country.
Can you tell me the kind of challenges that you face in this industry?
In electronics, technology-wise, there is sufficient knowledge and manpower in India. But again, the real challenge comes in securing the components, of course. Since we don't have a lot of component manufacturers in India, we don't have the power of silicon in India. So we are a lot dependent on, of course, on China. So there's a lot of geopolitical tension which comes in between. As a OEM, most of them chooses to opt for China because their quality is good. Of course, their quality is really good. The cost is also very competitive. If I plan to move forward for multi-layer, I should have that level of business. I should have that level of projection. So I feel somewhere that is missing. The local manufacturers right now must look at local manufacturers, PCB manufacturers. Local OEMs must look at local PCB manufacturers. But I think there is a good move from the government putting that anti-dumping. So a lot of people are again coming back to local manufacturers. I think it should grow. But till today, the challenge was again the price point. At the bottom level, it's all the price point. If I'm able to give at X cost, China is able to provide at X minus 2. So even if it's 1 rupee saving per PCB, people opt for China. So yeah, so that is the biggest challenge as of.
What opportunity do you see in the market as of now, in this PCB market? And how are you planning, how you're lining a strategy to harness that opportunity?
Okay. See, as an opportunity, you see it's electronics everywhere right now. You see a lot of automations that's coming in. You see EVs growing. You see home automations coming in. There's a lot of IoTs, AIs. You see there is electronics everybody's pocket right now. So everybody who owns an electronic in his pocket. So the world is moving towards automation. So of course, automation is always backed by electronics. So every electronic component, every electronic device that you see must have a PCB. So that is like the basic requirement. So how we are, how as some from Thansiv, how we are trying to capture that market is we have developed our own e-commerce website where you can directly go place an order just like other e-commerce, like how you order a product in Amazon. So we have our own website called TNTPCB, tntpcb.com. So you can upload your Gerber. So it gives you a price and you can straightforward. You don't have to have that human interaction at all. You can straightforward order the PCB and it will get delivered at your home, at your doorstep. We are also working on tntecom.com. So that's the e-commerce for electronic components. So that also you can order online. So this is two things that right now at Thansiv that we are working on to capitalize on the growth of electronics in India.
What kind of skills do you look for in your recruits or hires?
See, honestly speaking, we just look at a basic degree.
Okay.
Even if he has a basic engineering degree, we are okay with it until unless he has the passion to work in electronics. He has that hunger to learn and grow along with the company.
So you have some training programs in-house training
In-house
program?
in the sense on the job training. So we have some very experienced people with us, largely experienced in the field of PCB and electronics. So we most of the time try to partner with them, make buddies along with them, and then it is on the job training most of the time. There's no curriculum or something that we have designed, but it's usually on the job training. Yeah.
What is the future that you envision for Thansiv?
As Thansiv, we want to be one of the leading electronics player in the market in India. Of course, we want to compete with a lot of imports. We want to reduce our import and make our country self-dependent. That has been our vision goal. My partner, Mr. Gautaman, he is in China, so he completely takes care of China. So we want to match that. In fact, cross that level of integration that China has, and we want to be self-dependent as a country. So this is our motto as of now. Yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much, Deepak.
Thank you.